Hi, welcome to Kippy.cloud. The agenda for this presentation is first to go over the common strategy challenges that many organizations are facing today, performance management system issues, benefit of using Kippy, organization strategy. Also, we're going to go deeper into the technical side while talking about the Kippy module, project module, appraisal module, in addition to the task management. Later, we're gonna go over the governance features, easy to use features, security, which is very important these days, system framework, KP setup, roadmap, and pricing plan, and other KP Cloud items. So, what are the common strategy challenges today? Struggling to implement your company strategy. We have many organizations are going through this difficulties, unable to effectively manage your team remotely, especially after Corona, COVID-19. No budget to implement a performance system. It used to be very costly. We're talking here about half a million, $250,000. This used to be one of the most challenging part of for any organization to spend that much money about managing their performance by investing heavily in the IT infrastructure, which is not the case in KP.cloud. Your KPIs and project not aligned with strategy. Sometimes clarity is very important for everybody. Tired from using many scorecard and Excel sheets, especially in medium and big organizations. It tend to be a big hassle with versioning and using email for sending the files on continuous basis. Your HR appraisal system is not linked to strategy. Exhausted from reweighting KPI and milestone every single time you have a new KPI or a new milestone or a project, you have to go and visit all project manager or KPI owners and negotiate a new wait for them, which is a hassle ongoing if you are adding or deleting KPIs from the scorecards. What are the issues today? A big upfront investment with ongoing licensing and maintenance costs, significant efforts from strategy team, internal user, and most importantly, IT team. A long time to successfully execute with inherited high failure rate. Here we're talking about 90% as per Kaplan and Norton and other experts in strategy execution versus planning. A high payroll cost of additional needed staff and administrator team. So it's like a domino effect. You will begin to start with the system, and then you end up hiring more and more to be able to keep it up and running. Using legacy on-premises technology or disconnected files, weak governance, and poor data quality and accessibility, which tend to be probably one of the biggest challenges. Benefit of using Kippy, minimal cost is needed and deliver what your organization need by investing as you go per user per year. You can always downscale or upscale as needed. Bypass IT system planning and implementation hardship. You can be up and running in 4 days, depending on how ready is your data. If the data is ready, this is all what you need 5 days without the need for any IT support. Cloud-based with efficient and effective IT management, and here remote will come to the picture if you have a lot of people in different offices or they work from home. Unique simplified methodology help you go live in just 1 week, like I said. Develop and implement and monitor your strategy remotely, and track your KPI project and staff appraisal in one system. So here we're talking about strategy and all the related main items, be it a KPI project or appraisal competencies, including in task management. Organization strategy uh, is very important. So here we're talking about the three things that is really supporting strategy, not only vision, mission, perspective, objective, but other things. Uh, the ability to drill down to all levels by one objective, and this is especially important for top management. common or different team objectives. I tend to uh, support and recommend using common objectives for the sake of easy of implementation and alignment. Common perspective to all teams. This could be changed as you go. You can use the typical balance scorecard, or some people are using OQR as well. They can customize it as needed. Update strategy as required. Uh, Very quickly and very easily. Everybody will do their own part, and you have fresh strategy ready to go. Share strategy with all employees, strategy analysis and comments, align all efforts directly to strategy using one system. Now let's go to the KPI side, KPI module. Like I mentioned, no KPI reweighting. Common KPI across teams, any KPI frequency combination. Here we're talking about monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, annual. Objective and perspective scores. Typical KPIs are pre-configured if you would like to use them, especially if you are building the structure after you do the top node, the CEO in this case. We finish the KPI for the top person, the CEO, and then when you create the structure, they will automatically inherit the one on top. So this will save you a lot of time. So the only thing that you have to do just to change the targets and sometimes delete a few KPIs. Alerts, messages, and task management, evident attachment, and of course, everything is linked to the organization strategy. Also, very important module is the project module that goes straight to support the strategy and implementation, inclusive of the budget tracking, risks, and milestones. So, drill down also possible for the project to understand who's really supporting the objectives of the top leadership by aligning projects to the specific objective. Budget, actual spend, and variance already is there, not in details, but for every project. Project risk mitigation plans are there per project. Objective and perspective scores, and here we're talking about how many percentage progress-wise the milestone or the project are behind or on schedule. Program again chart for all milestones. So this is good for multi-years project, so you can see exactly which milestone have to be executed in what time. Program category management, if you have your project under specific programs, so you can manage them accordingly in bundles. Cross years project milestone evidence attachment, inclusive of uh, plan maps for the projects, linked to organization strategy, of course. Appraisal module also very important to be able to connect all staff and individual to the strategy. So here we're talking about competencies, we're talking about individual scores, inclusive of the individual KPI projects and milestones. And we already have something called the staff dashboard, so we will bring in everything in one place, inclusive of 360 feedback from their peers, in addition to their direct managers. So here we're talking about employee competencies appraisal, individual competencies scores coming from the KPIs, employee milestone project and KPIs, manager different competencies weight. So if you have same competencies like leadership could be weighted differently for manager as in comparison to normal staff. Appraisal period as required, so you can do the appraisal every month, every 6 months, every quarter, every 1 year. Employee holistic dashboard, so we can put everything related to this one employee to give full picture of this individual performance. Inactivate appraisal module if you don't need to track it. If you have an HRMS system, you can easily go as a system owner and inactivate this module, performance evidence and attachment. compare also employee and team scores in the system. Kippy takes a holistic approach to integrity as well. This is very important for us with approval workflows, automatic change freezes, and the user privileges. So each person is entitled to the team that he's in and all the teams that they are under his team. For example, the CEO will have access to everything. So cascading team approval, automated freezes, and attached evidence also justification are inclusive with remote access to users using their own browsers. Uh, Multi-user roles. So we have an admin, you have a user, normal user, you have an owner, and you have a manager. So four roles inclusive in this system. So we can allow also people to go and change things in the system maybe 1 week after the quarter finish or after the month finishes. It's already automated. Give you a week, so you can also change this one for the plant side as well as for the actual side as a business owner feature. Historical information visibility is there as well as many as year as you want. For easy to use is one of the big feature for Keep.Cloud. Uh, it's the supporting the decision making while making things very easy for people to use. We have many collaboration tools. The Slack ecosystem also included. Slack is the biggest collaborating platform worldwide. That's already there. You can already integrated. You can use it. It's one of the first voice controlled performance system with virtual assistant. Executive summary is there for a manager to fill on a periodical basis, all in one rotating wheel, print ready report, scores by team at all levels. Qualitative summary per team as well, not only numbers. Multi-dimensional analysis, collaboration tools and file sharing. Invitation to colleague via emails and voice controlled virtual assistant. Security is one of the strongest items we have at Kippy.Cloud. It's one of the industry-leading encryption, all levels, top to bottom. Data is segregated at all tiers. Data access is restricted to role-based access control. We are using Google servers and Google platforms, so this is one of the best and most secure server and cloud system worldwide. We have audit trails, automated backups, role-based access, security at all layers. A data locking feature, like I mentioned before, is there to keep the data protected in the system as per the requirement. Setting advanced control, data encryption, Google Cloud engines, very fast by the way, data segregated at all tiers, data transported securely via HTTPS, activity audit trail, so anything is done at the system for any KPI, any projects, anything really, it's recorded and visible to everybody who have access to the specific area. Role-based access control. System framework. So we have the following framework designed to connect all parts. It will help in the cascade, and most of the relationship are one-to-many relationship between the parts. So as you can see here, you can have multiple objectives for a one objective if needed. We prefer to have a common corporate objective, but this is sometimes the client want to translate the objective at all layers, so this is feasible. Also, we have a relationship between the objective and KPI, one-to-many relationship, where you have many KPIs for one objective. On the other side, also the projects. You have one-to-many relationship. Many project could be designed for one objective. So what is the roadmap to be able to set up Kippy? Usually, the owner of the system go and create the skeleton, the structure, the perspectives, the top node scorecard with the vision, mission, values, and other. He will set up the language used. He will set up the logo, the competencies. So this is all done by the system owner at the beginning, and then later on, we will complete level one, which is the CO, KPI, and targets, and the objectives, of course. Step number four will go down by one level. Now, I mean, things are ready, things are done in the level one. We begin to add more teams in the structure, so they will inherit automatically by default the strategy, the mission, vision, values. They will inherit the objective as well as the KPI for the boss. So we keep going down and down and down to simplify things as you go. We will invite the manager, admin, and user to go and put their own KPIs in this case, level 2, and we do the same exact thing for level 3. And moving forward to other levels, we do the same thing also for the project and milestones. So in the appendix, we have all, the main feature. We have much more features. We will go over them in detail, but these are the main ones. So this is more information for you in the file. I'm gonna leave the file for you to have the same exact presentation underneath resources in this lecture. Also at the end of the uh, course, you will have it. You can always click on all these links to get more information. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope this will be very beneficial to you and all users who are planning to use Kippy.cloud.